I remember that morning I came back from a friend's. Mommy and Daddy, you were still sleeping, but your sheets were red. There were cuts all over. But you both looked as if they didn't hurt. At that moment, I felt for the signs of life, but found none. Even so, I commanded you to get up. My hands shone red, your eyes glowing red like my hands. That morning no longer exists, because you're alright, like always. You're okay. We have lots of fun together, walking through town every day. We go to the park, the museum, then we go home. You two stop when I have to focus on school. You both limp, just like that morning. That doesn't exist. I hate leaving you for long, but we always come back together. We have to. I ignore the odd looks of the people in the town. The frightened looks. I don't want to give up these walks. I found a pretty scarf to cover the ugly cut on your neck, Mommy. I promise to keep pace, even though you're so slow now, Mommy and Daddy. I ignore the flies that follow you around. Your sunken faces are of no concern to me. If your hair falls out, we'll cover it up with pretty hats. But when we walk through town, I can't help but feel they know. They know about that morning, though they did not see it, feel it. They know. Inside me, there's a crying child that knows too. I know I'm supposed to let you go, Mommy and Daddy, but I can't. I won't.
Number 2.
This is my first time breaking into someone's house, but it wasn't for malicious intent. I didn't break in to steal or ravage. I broke in to escape from whatever the fuck is out there. It was quickly gaining speed and catching up to me through the forest. This house was the closest building from the small town near the forest. My breakthrough wasn't exactly elegant either, as I ran and jumped through the glass window, basically alerting my presence. Ignoring the pain of the pieces of glass digging through my body, I quickly moved to a corner to not be seen from the outside. While hiding, I had time to think of my situation. Idiotic fools. No better way to describe me and my friends. Constantly yearning for the past, while unable to face the reality of the present and build a future. So desperate for a second chance at life, we resorted into trying a ritual. A summoning. After the preparations were done, we had to chant the incantations repeatedly. Sayitsti takult nad, Sayitsti takult nad, Emokso emet foreldenus hit. The only success was summoning the damn entity. It was tall and looked human, but it was covered in dark fur. The moment I knew it wasn't taking commands while its wail grew louder, I cowardly fled the scene, leaving my comrades behind. While I didn't know the status of my friends, their ever-changing screams left little doubt in my mind. It caught up to my track, eventually leading to my current situation.
Who the hell are you?
While contemplating, I didn't notice the man a few feet away from me at the bottom of the stairs. He saw the window.
What the fuck? What is wrong with you? Don't think I'm not going to call the cops just because you're in...
His complaint ended abruptly when his eyes strayed to the window. Crap, it caught up. I didn't dare to move or make a sound. The man, frozen in fear, was still staring at it. Then it happened. I witnessed something impossible. The man, who I assumed was in his 30s, was aging at an alarming rate. In less than a few minutes, his body crumbled to dust. Daddy, is everything okay? Oh God, he had a child. It must have heard it too, as it entered through the window and followed the sound upstairs. While unaware of my presence, I quickly got up and escaped while it was occupied. I only wished I left faster. now unable to forget the scream of a young girl transition to screaming of an old lady. As I ran further away from the house, I noticed a few people walking towards it. It must have been worried neighbors after hearing the screams. They also didn't notice me since it was dark outside. Good. That should buy me more time.
Number 3.
The scientists told us we needed to save them. We didn't listen. They told us after they were extinct, we would have 4 years to live. We didn't listen. Then, there was one left. The scientists tried to save her, tried to clone her, but it was no use. We should have listened. They gave us 4 years. It has been 2 years now, and all sea life is dead, as well as most livestock, and the majority of the plant life. The poor are dropping like flies. So sad that in this metaphor, there are no flies alive. The rich are fighting over what resources we have left, mostly oxygen. We won't live long now. The air is too thin, and my body is too depraved of food. They tried to warn us, the scientists. They really did. But alas, it was too late. We should have saved the bees.
Number 4.
I wish I were as brave as Master. He walks right through them sometimes, like he doesn't even see them. Sometimes they'll hang above him all night while he sleeps, dripping claws and eyes and all, just waiting for him to notice. He turns over, sliding his cheek across the tip of one of their poison nails, and then he'll wake up in the morning and pretend it was a bug bite. But the worst is when he leaves. I start to whine every time he grabs that coffee cup and the little stick he puts in his computer, and he just scratches my ears and heads up to his office. I try to tell him they're behind him, above him, clutching to the wall, but he just won't listen, and sometimes, when he leaves, they don't follow him. Sometimes, they climb down the wall and stare at me for hours, like they're punishing me for warning him. He has to notice on his own, I guess. I've tried to take a cue from him and just pretend I can't see them, but now and then, I'll still catch myself watching their corner of the living room. Good thing he remembers to act like he can't see them. I wish I were as brave as Master, and I wish he wouldn't leave me alone with them for so long.
Number 5.
Please adhere to the following rules at all times to ensure your safety. Number 1. Knock twice before entering your room for the first time. Number 2. Open the door and step to the side for at least 3 seconds. Keep your eyes facing downwards during this time. Number 3. Enter your room. Place your shoes in the racks provided and secure them with the Velcro strap. The sanctuary will not be held responsible for any missing footwear. Number 4. Red wine and white cheese have been set out in the middle of the dining table of every room. Do not touch these items. In the event that any article of food is missing upon entry, immediately vacate the room and call maintenance. Number 5. The windows are supposed to show a view of the city, no matter how tragic things have become. For a better view, you can close the drapes. If the drapes get stuck, apologize immediately and pour a single glass of red wine. Exit the room and return after 4 minutes. Contact maintenance to refill the wine. Number 6. Before sleeping, ensure that the windows and drapes are closed. They will be open in the morning. Failure to keep this rule has never occurred, and we'd hate for you to be the first to find out what could happen. Number 7. If you feel an itch around your neck, do not scratch it, no matter what. Number 8. Please, do not be alarmed if while reading the pamphlet you feel an itch around your neck. The occupants have a tendency to be inquisitive and enjoy peeking over shoulders. Adhere to rule number 7. Number 9. Do not, under any circumstance, run the bathtub at the same time as the shower. Number 10. If your features suddenly vanish from the mirrors, do not blink. Head directly to the bubble room located at the middle of the floor you're at, keeping your eyes open at all times, no matter what you see. Our trained surgeon will ensure you experience as little pain as possible, but take solace that blindness is a better future than blinking. May we last several years.